With the Motor Plus app, you can report accidents and access value-added services from your mobile.
Your motor insurance is now at your fingertips. Sri Lanka Insurance Motor Plus, the best option.
In a few moments, the news.
Sri Lanka Insurance, like a father, like a mother.
This is the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation.
Precisely 1:15. This is the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation. News edited by Danushka Madhavala and read by Sharifa Tahir. Headlines. The 22nd COVID-19 infected death has been reported in the country. The decision on school reopening will be taken this weekend. A new guideline issued from the Health Ministry. A program from Lanka Satosa to deliver essential goods. The Health Ministry has implemented a program to develop the primary health sector in the country to face any possible future pandemic situation. News overseas. WHO chief in quarantine after contact tests positive for COVID-19. Local news in detail. The 22nd COVID-19 death has been reported in the country. The patient was admitted to the Panadura General Hospital on the 31st of last month. The 27-year-old male committed suicide and at the post-mortem report revealed that he was tested positive for coronavirus. The epidemiology unit of the Health Ministry says that this is the 22nd coronavirus-infected death in the country. A special discussion is due to be held this week pertaining to reopening schools for the third term. Minister Professor G.L. Piris said special attention will be focused on the safety of the students. Schools were due to reopen on the 9th of November for the third term. However, the Education Ministry noted a decision in this regard will be reached after taking into consideration the prevailing coronavirus situation in the country. The minister added that the government is focusing on providing online education if necessary. A new health guideline has been issued for the people in the curfew-imposed area. The new guideline issued by the Ministry of Health says that the country is facing a third-degree alert at present. According to this guideline, only 2 persons are allowed to go out unless it is essential service or permitted job. Buses and trains are only allowed to transport 75% of its capacity. In taxis, it is only allowed to transport maximum of 2 persons. Except the 3-wheelers and cars, all the other vehicles should limit number of passengers to 50% of the capacity. The organizations working on essential services should work with minimum staff. Further information in this regard can be obtained from the Health Ministry website. Chairman of the Lanka Satosa, Nushad Pereira, said that they have implemented an essentials goods delivery program. The chairman said that consumers can order goods via Lanka Satosa website. The Lanka Satosa is rendering a yeoman's service at this pandemic situation. The ordered list will be delivered within 2 days. These services will be given to the consumers with a minimum service charge. The Health Ministry has implemented a program to develop the primary health sector in the country to face any possible future pandemic situation. The Asian Development Bank will fund the program. The rural hospitals in the Central, North Central, Uva and Sabaragamu provinces will be developed under this program. Director of the Health System Development Project of the Health Ministry, Dr. Anil Disanayake, said that under the program, the ICUs of the Madirigiri and Tambuttegama hospitals have already been developed. He was speaking at the Subharati discussion program of the SLBC this morning. He added that severe environmental issues will emerge due to the disposal of PPE and other health safety materials in the future. Systematic measures should be taken in this regard. The cost of a PCR test is very high, but the government is conducting the tests free of charge. The government has to incur a huge cost in this regard. DIG Ajit Rohana says that the government has implemented a service to deliver essential food items in curfew-imposed areas. Essential food items such as vegetables, fish, eggs and chicken will be delivered under this program. He made these remarks while participating in the Subharati discussion program of the SLBC this morning. The DIG said that if the people of the country adhere to the given health guidelines for 21 days, the country will be free from the second wave of COVID-19 pandemic. This is the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation giving you the news.
Sri Lanka Insurance Motor Plus, the best option.
Continuing with more stories here at home. State Minister Channajus Jayasumana says that special program has been implemented to deliver medicines to the doorstep. People can send their prescriptions to the nearest pharmacy via WhatsApp and get the medicines delivered, he said. Deputy Inspector General of Police Ajit Rohana said that 179 suspects have been arrested during a 24-hour period ending at 6 a.m. today for violating quarantine curfew regulations. In addition, 29 vehicles have also been seized. He said around 70 individuals have been arrested for not wearing face masks. 1,812 individuals have been arrested thus far for violating quarantine curfew since the 4th of October. He said that 282 vehicles have been seized during this period as well for violating curfew. Chanting of Ratana Sutra in all the temples in the country is commenced. This initiative is being held at all temples in the country at 6:30 p.m. to 7:30. This initiative is conducted under the leadership of Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation with the support of the Ministry of Religious Affairs and Department of Buddhist Affairs. The Ratana Sutra will be chanted to bless the people of this country. The chanting will be broadcast from Somavati Rajamahavihara today. SLBC requests all chief prelates of the temples in the island to use loudspeakers to broadcast the chanting at the particular time. That's local news.
Shri, what do you know about Motor Plus?
Motor Plus operating system is 100% accurate and convenient. They settle claims fast with less documentation.
Tell me more.
They also have cashless claim settlement options.
Anything else?
With the Motor Plus app, you can report accidents and access value-added services from your mobile.
Your motor insurance is now at your fingertips. Sri Lanka Insurance Motor Plus, the best option.
A mother knows the pain of each member of the family. Siddhalepa, the trusted relief for aches and pains.
An effective therapy for relief from cold, sneezing, flu, headaches, swelling due to toothaches, rheumatic, discomforts, and muscular aches and pains. Siddhalepa, the Veda Mahatmya in every home.
The main news story is brought to you by Siddhalepa Veda Mahatmya.
Commissioner General of Examinations Sanath Pujita says that special transport allowance will be paid for the staff who are involved in examination duties in curfew-affected areas. He added that maximum efforts have been taken to conduct the examination without any problem all over the island.
The main news story was brought to you by Siddhalepa Veda Mahatmya.
Brush your teeth twice a day for healthy teeth and gums. Supiriviki and Kakulu, your trusted brands in oral care for many years.
Supiriviki Ayurvedic toothpaste for adults. Kakulu Ayurvedic toothpaste for kids. 9 Ayurvedic ingredients of Supiriviki will protect your teeth and strengthen your gums. Supiriviki and Kakulu, products from Siddhalepa.
And on Watchlight, the police media spokesman DIG Ajit Rohana has requested the public to be vigilant as fraudsters can arrive posing as public health inspectors, stating that they have come to conduct PCR tests. He said that some such incidents have been reported from certain areas of the country. He further said no medicine is given prior to conducting PCR tests. That's on Watchlight. And moving on to world news headlines. UK Prime Minister warns of coronavirus deaths twice as bad as spring. WHO chief in quarantine after contact tests positive for COVID-19. Biden and Trump hit swing states. World news in detail. COVID-19 deaths could be twice as high over the winter as they were in the first wave of the pandemic. Prime Minister Boris Johnson is expected to warn MPs later. In a parliamentary statement, he will say there is no alternative as he seeks to win support for the planned 4-week lockdown across England. But Mr. Johnson will explain he was right to try every possible option before ordering people to stay at home. Labour has said it will back the lockdown but criticised the delay. Mr. Johnson announced at a Downing Street news conference on Saturday that strict measures would be imposed across England from Thursday, closing pubs, restaurants, gyms, non-essential shops and places of worship. WHO Chief Tedros Adhanom Ghebreyesus is in quarantine after contact test positive for COVID-19. The WHO chief said that he is feeling well and did not have any symptoms. The World Health Organization Director General yesterday said that he had been identified as a contact of someone who tested positive for COVID-19, but added that he was feeling well and did not have any symptoms. He took to Twitter to reiterate the importance of following health guidelines. Donald Trump and Joe Biden are traveling across the nation on Sunday as the U.S. election enters its closing stage. President Trump planned to visit 5 battleground states while his challenger Mr. Biden spoke at a campaign event in Pennsylvania. The Democratic candidate maintains a solid national lead in the polls ahead of Tuesday's general election. But this advantage is narrow in key states which could decide the result. More than 90 million people have already cast their ballots in their early voting, putting the country on course of its highest turnout in a century. That's on World News.
Development News is brought to you by...
When Aya bought a motorbike, he bought 2 helmets. So sweet of him. I'm sure the other one is for me.
In whatever we do, we Sri Lankans are always thinking of others. When we get Munchie Super Cream Crackers, they're not just for ourselves. Munchie Super Cream Cracker. Super kiyanne nikan neveyi.
The 62nd anniversary of the establishment of Afghanistan-Sri Lanka diplomatic relations was celebrated at the Afghan Embassy in Colombo yesterday. On the occasion of celebrating the 62 years of relationship, Sri Lanka's Prime Minister Mahinda Rajapaksa in a Twitter message said the leadership of both nations are committed to continue and further strengthen the friendship and bilateral relationship to mutually benefit both our nations. Issuing a statement on the occasion, the Afghan ambassador in Sri Lanka, M. Ashraf Haidari, said while Afghanistan and Sri Lanka have shared intertwined civilizational ties influenced by such major belief systems as Buddhism, Islam and Hinduism since time immemorial, in the modern era, Afghanistan and Sri Lanka established non-resident diplomatic relations on the 1st of November 1958.
When Tati bought a new family car, it wasn't just for the 4 of us.
It's a 10-seater van. Enough for friends and relatives too.
Mummy insisted on building an extra room in our new house.
Well, you never know who'll come to stay. We need more pillows too.
When I was studying late, Nangi would come by to help.
No, I don't know physics, but I do know you need a Munchie Super Cream Cracker.
In whatever we do, we Sri Lankans are always thinking of others.
When we get Munchie Super Cream Crackers, they're not just for ourselves.
Munchie Super Cream Cracker. Super kiyanne nikan neveyi.
Sports News is brought to you by
Munchie Chocolate Cream Biscuit. Chocolate in every bite.
And on on sports news, Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang's second-half penalty gave Arsenal their first Premier League away win over Manchester United since 2006. Aubameyang ended a run of 5 games without a goal by sending David De Gea the wrong way on 69 minutes after Paul Pogba had fouled Hector Bellerin. United tried to rally but came no closer to an equalizer than when Donny van de Beek's cross shot flicked off Mohamed El Neni and then into the face of goalkeeper Bernd Leno before bouncing to safety off a post. It was not the greatest contest between two clubs who used to fight it out for the biggest prizes but are now a pale imitation of their former selves.
Hey guys, we've got our very own Queen Bear here to review something for us.
Okay, here we go. It's the right amount of crunch and OMG, so much chocolate. The texture is so good. It's creamy and velvety and just so much chocolate. The packaging is super cool and new and there's like so much chocolate. And OMG, the taste, it tastes like so good and there's so much chocolate. Like with every bite. 10 out of 10 for me.
Munchie Chocolate Cream Biscuit. Chocolate in every bite.
Empower your dreams with NSV Wings. NSV Wings. Reach out the high goals.
Business News. Sponsored by National Savings Bank. The safest place for your money.
And on business news, Milliman Incorporation, a premier global consulting and actuarial firm, announced that it will begin operations in Sri Lanka after an agreement to acquire Colombo-based Spark Actuarial Private Limited came into effect today. The new Milliman office will support local and international clients with the firm's full range of services. Milliman now serves the region through offices in 13 key Asia-Pacific cities.
Business News. Sponsored by National Savings Bank. The safest place for your money.
The wait is over and it's time for you to experience happiness. It's time to remap the graph for success. It's time to rebuild your empire. It's time to initiate your entrepreneur dreams. Empower your dreams with NSV Wings. Get your 2-year personal loan for just 7% per annum, starting from 500,000 rupees to 10 million rupees. All you need is just one guarantee. NSV Wings. Recharge the high goals.
Economic news, courtesy of...
Congratulations on your promotion. It will be our treat, huh?
How about today?
Oh no, I was just joking.
It's fine. I have my LOLC credit card with me. Let's go out today.
Introducing LOLC Finance Credit Cards. Fuel the goodness in you.
The Board of Investment of Sri Lanka says operations of all factories that fall under its purview will be maintained continuously in curfew-imposed areas. The BOI said all health guidelines and regulations issued by the Ministry of Health will be strictly adhered to. Factories registered under the BOI that are not in investment zones will also continue operations.
Hello, Puta. Did you land already?
No, Amma. We're in transit and our flight got delayed.
Oh, really? How is Shani? Poor thing with her pregnancy. She might be feeling very uncomfortable. The airport must be heavily crowded because it's a season.
Amma, calm down. Everything is sorted. Why, I have my LOLC World Card with me. We are at the VIP lounge. There's nothing to worry.
Those who spread goodness radiate happiness to everyone around them. Introducing LOLC Finance Credit Cards. Fuel the goodness in you.
And the weather update for you. Showers or thunder showers will occur at several places in over eastern and north central provinces and in Hambantota, Mullaitivu and Vavuniya districts after 2 p.m. Fairly heavy falls above 50 millimeters can be expected at some places, particularly in Uva province and in Trincomalee and Ampara districts. With that weather update, we wind up the afternoon bulletin of news.